Hey guys, today I want to talk about the Expat Exit Plan. Everybody should have an Expat Exit Plan because with the world in the state that it is today and with political unrest and environmental disasters, China always lurking around and doing crazy things, and the Ukrainian war going on, you never know what's going to happen in the world, and you may have to rush home, or maybe there's something, emergency back home with one of your relatives or whatever, and you need to get up and to go. You need to have everything ready to roll. What I tell people is make sure you have a credit card that's empty that can pay your way home and have some cash and put some cash in here in with your passport or whatever. Have all your driver's IDs and everything, your social security cards, all that stuff ready to roll just in case you have to go. Be ready. Have some emergency cash. I would tell you to have several $1,000s in here in whatever currency you use in your country, whether it be Canada or US or whatever. For me, it'd be the US, so I would have some dollars in here. Have some money in there ready to roll. ATMs might be down or something like that, so you have to be thinking about these things. Have some, and put this here in a safe. Have a safe in the house, a good safe too. Have it mounted to the wall, or have a really heavy safe that people can't walk off with. Here in the Philippines, I recommend that everybody get a safe here. Have it mounted to the floor or to the wall or whatever. Make sure it's a decent safe. I'm not telling you to put all your money in there because I wouldn't recommend that, but I would tell you to put a good chunk of money in there. God forbid your ATM card, you lose access to that or whatever. Yesterday, I actually had a scare at the bank, and I'll tell you about this because I was speaking with this lady at the bank. And this lady gave me false information. I'm not quite sure why she did. It was actually at the credit union, and I don't know if she was new or whatever, but I had to call back and recheck with them because she told me that my power of attorney runs out after 5 years, which is false. Okay, that's false information that she gave me. But I called back and I talked to this other guy, and the other guy said, no, that stays on there forever until you die, depending on what kind of power of attorney it is. But if it's a regular power of attorney, it stays on there until you say it's either no good or you die or whatever. And I was glad that I called back to check. But she also told me something about that my power of attorney was going to get taken off there. So I was like, geez, I only got like 3 months to go, and I'll have to go home and do another power of attorney or whatever, and I really don't want to go back. So it was kind of scary that she told me that, and I told the guy that, and I says, you need to talk to these people. But also, if that happens and they shut down my account or something like that, and this is another reason why I called, because my ATM card shuts off once every year, and the other lady had told me that they can only re-up it every 3 months, and I'm like, no. I says it's a year, and she says no, they changed it, now it's only 3 months, and I'm like, really? That's not true, because I know one of the people that works at the bank, and she told me no, they can do it for up to a year if they want to, if they feel safe. And with me, obviously they know me, most of the people there. But this lady had lied to me, and she told me only 3 months. So when I called back the guy, he put me on for a whole full year, which I was grateful for that. But you want to make sure that you always have your ducks in a row here. Always be safe. I've known people here where something has happened in people's families, either a family member, a parent, or a sister or brother has gotten sick or died or whatever, and they've had to rush home. And you want to have that credit card, the emergency credit cards open. You should always, a lot of people don't believe in credit cards unless you have a lot of cash around. And cash is not always going to get you places because sometimes you have to do things online. So you want to have a credit card or your ATM card available so you can do it. But if your ATM card gets locked down during an emergency, you're kind of screwed. So be careful, guys. Be ready. Make sure you always have this here available. Also, when you're traveling, keep in another pocket your US passport card. God forbid you lose your passport somewhere along the line or whatever, because you're always flipping it out and throwing it on the counter or whatever, and at least you have your passport card. Maybe you can continue traveling on that. I'm not sure. It's usually just from Canada and from Mexico. You can use that, or if you're coming from the Caribbean. But the good thing about the passport card is at least they know you're a US citizen, number one. And number two, You can walk into any embassy and you can get another passport. Just flash that card and it shows that it's you at least. And at least you can get some sort of documents that you can still travel or whatever, and that way you're still good. So if you got stuck somewhere, let's say you were in a layover or something like that, at least you could walk in, you'd have another ID, you could identify yourself, you'd be good. Always carry a copy also of your passport. Carry a copy of your passport in your belt, a money belt or whatever. Carry it on you in your person, maybe in your belt wallet, like a wallet that attaches to you, or an armband wallet or something. Carry a copy of that passport, maybe in 2 spots on you. Maybe have some in your luggage or whatever, or what, you know, your carry-on or something. But always, always, always have copies of that. Your licenses, your social security cards, your SRV. If you're a retiree in the Philippines, make sure you have that too for traveling back and forth. You know, if you lose these cards, you're kind of in trouble, you know, because it's going to be harder to travel, and it's going to be hard to get all those cards back. And like we were talking about the other day with the guy that got pickpocketed, he was lucky that he's still able to get money, number one, and number two, he was able to still continue with his retirement visa and go to the bank and open his account there because somebody saved him. And they were able to either find some copies of the documents or whatever. I'm not sure how they did it, but they were able to help the guy. So he was very, very lucky, and he didn't have to go back to the States to get all his paperwork. So that was a good thing. But guys, be very careful. I deal with people every day here. I deal with expats every single day. So I see the problems that arise when some people, like, all of a sudden they have to go borrow money off people. You don't want to be that guy. You know, that's why when you travel to another country, you don't want to come over here and not have any emergency money. You actually want to have more than just $10,000 emergency money for medical. You want to have another $5,000 available for emergency, if you, like a get out fund or something, if you can. You know, I tell people, have some money in the bank. I tell people you should actually have like about $50,000 in the bank if you can. I know that's hard to do for some people. Even for me, that'd be hard to do. But I think $50,000 is a good amount to have in the bank. And if God forbid you pass away or something like that, and you're over here in the Philippines and you have a girlfriend or a wife or whatever, at least you're leaving her that, and she has that to fall back on and get her feet back on the ground. And let's face it, you know, over here it's easier to get your feet back on the ground than back home. But if your wife is Filipino American, she's an American citizen, she's going to have to go back home. She's going to have to start over there unless she stays here. Be ready, you know, but have that emergency fund and your emergency stuff ready. Also have a backpack ready, you know, with some stuff in it ready to roll, some clothes or whatever to go back home, and a jacket if it's in the middle of the winter. Have that pack ready underneath your bed or whatever, and you can pull it out and you can say, all right, this, all I have to do is throw this and this in there, and I'm ready to roll. You know, a lot of people don't think about that stuff, but you know, there are times when we have emergencies over here and we got to get out of Dodge really quick, and it might mean, you know, you might need to get out of here in a couple hours sometimes. And I'm lucky that I live close to the airport. I live about an hour and a half away from the airport, so I can be at the airport fairly fast. And you want to be ready to get out of here, to pay somebody to get you there, or whatever you got to do, jump on a bus or whatever to get you out of here, to get you to the airport, and then be on your way. And you know, you're gonna have to book that ticket. You're gonna have to have everything ready. You have to be ready 100%. But anyway, guys, I just want to talk about that today. It's something that a lot of people have been asking me about, is about what about an expat exit plan. We should have an expat exit plan to get out of here. All of us should. And for you guys that are way out in the provinces, God help you, because for you guys to get to the airport, it might take a day or two. For some of you guys that are on the faraway islands, you have to take boats and then jump on another plane and, you know, have a layover somewhere because you can't connect till the ferry comes or another plane comes or whatever. You guys, you know, you got to have a really good exit plan and make sure that you can get out of here fairly quick. You might not even be able to get, if we go to war or something like that and something happens, you might not be able to get out of here in time. If there's a warning to get out of here within 24 hours, you guys that are really far away might not be able to get out of here fast enough if you live on some of these really remote islands. And, you know, make sure you guys have all this stuff in place, guys. Have it in place. Have it ready. Like I said, have your passport ready. Have all your cards and everything ready. Especially inside your passport, though, I want to reiterate this here. We talk about this. I want to make sure you carry some cash in here. A lot of cash. You know, because when you're traveling, you might need that. God bless, guys. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show.